loves, it's Sam. I'm going to do a review on the Guerlain, I don't know how to say it, Parure, I don't know, de Lumiere, Light Diffusing Foundation with Sunscreen Moisture Infusion SPF 25. The color that I have is 02 Beige Clair. I ordered mine from Glambot. It originally retails for I think over $60 and I think I got it for like $55. So it's a very expensive foundation. Probably, yes, it is the most expensive foundation I have ever had, ever. But let's just talk about the packaging. It makes you feel fancy-nancy. It's got the little Guerlain type little emblem, I can't think of the word. But yeah, so it's a glass bottle, so if you are someone who travels a lot, just be aware that it is glass. It could break. It says Guerlain right here on the top. I had the top on backwards, sorry about that. And it just says what it is on the front, and then on the back it has like your ingredients. It has the whole for sunscreen, apply 15 minutes before sun. It is a pump, so I love that. It's very tidy as far as when you're applying it. You can just squirt it on the back of your hand and then use a brush or whatever you like to do. So this is a light diffusing foundation and it has a moisture infusion. So for someone like me who's normally like, oh, I'm a little bit nervous. I usually stay away from things that say moisture or light diffusing just because I am so oily. And I was actually really surprised with this foundation because even though it's a light diffusing and it has moisture infusion, it's really beautiful for my oily skin. And it really does a great job of lasting throughout the day. I thought for sure it was going to break down and get all, you know, cruddy looking. It doesn't. It does a really great job of lasting throughout the day. I still do get oily, but I feel like if you use a good mattifying primer or mattifying moisturizer, you might be okay. This is the Shiseido Pureness Mattifying Moisturizer, and it really works well with that foundation. The color is beautiful. I mean, it's such a perfect match for my natural skin tone, which I love because that's part of the reason I self-tan a lot, is because it's really difficult to find a color that matches my natural skin tone without looking too pale and ghostly or looking too pink. It's just really difficult, and so this is kind of like the perfect neutral shade. It's got enough, it's like not too pink, it's not too yellow, it's just a perfect like color. What I love about it is that it's really friendly on the wrinkles. Because it is light diffusing and moisture infused, I'm assuming it's kind of more geared towards like that youthful looking skin, and it really is. It's awesome on the wrinkles. It does not settle, it does not accentuate them at all. It looks beautiful underneath the eyes. I'd say it's a medium coverage. You can build it up if you need to, but it's not like a really thick, like full coverage foundation. It's very kind of it almost has the texture of like a moisturizer. It's really slippery. It blends out beautifully, but you can see right here how well it just like kind of just goes into the hand, but then you can see how it looks super duper wet and dewy, but then once it dries it looks like this. And I have put powder up on my kind of T-zone area, but it just, I don't know, the texture of this is just so, it's like slippery. It literally feels like you're applying a moisturizer. You can apply this with a beauty blender or a brush. I prefer using it with the 3D HD Kabuki. I love this brush right now from Sigma, and I use it with this, and it literally is like the fastest foundation ever because it is such a slippery moisturizing foundation. It just glides on like butter. You don't have to spend a lot of time blending it out or making sure there's no lines or streaks. It just like glides onto your skin, which I love. What I also love about it is the finish is like a very skin-like finish. So it's going to cover up for the most part what you need to cover. I mean, I've got some delightful little like scarring from breakouts right now, which are quite kind of purplish and red, and you can probably still see them a little bit, but they're covered up for the most part. My discoloration is covered up, my redness is covered up. It's just a really nice coverage, but it does not look like crazy foundation or crazy like cakey. It looks really skin-like. Your skin still kind of glows through. You have a really dewy, just like youthful look to the face. So far it has not broken me out. I have been breaking out, but it's not from this. The smell of it is like a really, It's like a flower garden. It's kind of like rosy. It's very strong scented. So if you're someone who is a little bit sensitive to scents, this is not going to be the foundation for you because it is quite strong. It smells like roses or some kind of flower. So it's definitely a very strongly scented foundation. However, it does not irritate my skin when it's on there, because I thought for sure like, oh my gosh, this is so strong. Sorry if I have lipstick on Invisalign. I'm just going to give up, okay? If it's on there, it's on there. I was a little bit nervous at first because I was like, oh, this is so strong. There's no way that it's gonna like not burn my skin, but it doesn't burn my skin at all. And the smell is nice. I think it just kind of reminds me of like being in England. It's like such a rosy, like, oh, I'm so posh. I think the Queen probably uses this, I'm assuming. Maybe. It does have SPF 25, which is always important when you are going to be going out in the sun to protect your face from the sun. Otherwise, you'll be getting brown spots and pigmentation issues like I have. Mine have actually gotten a lot better, so that's pretty good. I'm going to show you applying this in a minute so that you guys can see exactly how it applies. You'll be able to see how quickly it blends out and the coverage that it does. But actually, I'm really impressed with this. It does oxidize a little tiny bit throughout the day, so do keep that in mind. It's not like a humongous like shade. It's not like one full shade. It's just like I noticed towards the end of the day, I was like, oh, my face is looking a little bit tanner. So definitely keep that in mind if you are someone who is like a little bit more fair like me. But it wasn't to where my face looked way different than my neck. It was just a little tiny bit. And like I said, obviously if you're super duper oily, I mean I'm super duper oily, you definitely have to like watch your oil throughout the day. You're not going to look completely matte, but that's not the foundation. That's not what this foundation is for. It's not a matte foundation. This is for someone who wants that youthful, really glowy, kind of like light reflecting, not light reflecting, but you want your face to just look like light glow. I'm young. I look like Jennifer Lopez. That's what this foundation is going to do for you. Again, if you're someone who has wrinkles, this is going to be great for you because it does not settle into your fine lines and wrinkles. It does not accentuate your fine lines and wrinkles. If you have dry skin, I think you'll love it. If you have normal skin, I think you'll love it. If you have combination skin, I think you'll love it. If you have oily skin and if you still like that dewy look, just keep a powder around, powder your T-zone, and then just keep like blotters around. But this definitely is not something that's going to be like a matte finish. It's not that at all. But if you do want to look like a really young, glowier, more youthful version of yourself, I highly recommend it. It's a really great foundation. It is really pricey, so maybe you try a sample out first. If you have a Guerlain around you, I don't know, are they at Sephora? We don't have Guerlain where I live. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this foundation. I love the bottle. I think it's really cool. And so far, the fact that the color matches me so well so that I don't have to go and self-tan like every week is awesome because it's a lot of work and I cannot be bothered sometimes. So there's my thoughts. I hope this helps and keep on watching. It's super easy to blend. Like, it's just one of those foundations that if you don't have a lot of time and you're just kind of like wanting to throw something on, it's nice because you don't have to work that hard at it. You know how like the Becca one, I feel like you really have to work a little bit harder to blend it out. You have to take your time, and it's just not quite as effortless. Whereas this one, honestly, it's just like putting on a moisturizer. It has the texture of a moisturizer. It's kind of slippery. But you can see, I mean, it's kind of like just evened everything out, but it's not like a really ridiculous mask coverage. So I would definitely say it's medium. I'm sure you could build it up if you wanted to, like if there was certain spots around, you know, maybe your nose or whatever, but I wouldn't buy it thinking this is going to be a straight up full coverage foundation because it's definitely not. Gives a nice dew. Like, I think that this is definitely going to be a great foundation because it is a moisture infusion, so it would be great for people with normal or normal to dry skin, or people that do like a little bit of dewiness. I just feel like as I get older, the more matte looks just look awful on my wrinkles. They just make them stand out that much more. And so I just feel like when I use foundations that have a little bit of dew to them, even though I am a very oily person, it just looks more youthful. I don't know, I just really love the whole kind of like dewy skin look. If you're wanting like a really kind of dewy look but without feeling or looking super greasy, I definitely recommend this foundation because it really like it says, it diffuses the light. Now you can see, like, you can still kind of see my stuff going on. So I'm just going to do like another little, and I used 2 pumps, by the way, for that was 2 pumps. So I just used like maybe 1/4 of another pump. And I'm just going to kind of stipple that back on. But when you put it on your face, it feels almost like cool wet. It's like, it does feel quite wet, and you think, oh, this is never going to dry. It's going to be so greasy feeling. But it's not. It dries nicely. Just kind of stippling over where I had my breakouts. So to like the up close and personal, you can still see them. But like just walking around, I mean, you can see them a little bit. There's still zits, I mean, you know. But it's nothing like ridiculous, like, oh my gosh, look at that redness. It's covered up all the redness that I have. So there it is applied. So you can see how the finish, it's like it's dewy, but it's natural. It's just like a skin-like finish. You can still see like a little bit of my freckles, but it still gives you enough coverage where your skin is even. It looks really pretty, but like when I get up close, it doesn't look like, whoa, foundation face. It's just kind of like, yeah, okay. Like it's a really nice finish. I really, really like it. Hi my loves, it's Sam. So today I thought I would do a get ready with me, like a chit chat, because you guys have been asking for it and I want to do what you're asking for because here's the ones who watch my videos, right?